When we are expressing ourselves, at the same time we are healing, because what we are doing, we are bringing light on the parts that we might don't want to show up, because we think maybe this is too much, maybe this is negative, maybe this is ugly, maybe they don't need real me, maybe they don't want to see real me. And what we are doing, we just storing this energy within ourselves, and this energy eats us alive and causes some depression, anxiety, fears, blocks, and all these things. This is basically how even childhood trauma happening. Your childhood trauma didn't happen because your parents said you, oh, you're not beautiful, or you're not good enough, or whatever happened in your childhood. I think every single one of us has these stories. It didn't happen because of your parent. It happened because as a child you didn't know how to handle your emotional response that was happening within you. It was so strong, it was so uncomfortable, so you just you don't know what to do as a child. You cannot openly communicate about your feelings because you don't have this verbal capacity. You don't even know that you allowed communicate about your feelings as a child, because again, we've been told don't behave that way, don't do this, and you're afraid of expressing your true self. And this is how this childhood trauma happening, because you store in this force energy within you, you store in this within your body, and you carry in this, and this develops into something else. Because maybe it was a small thing that happened, and if you would find the right tool, or adult could help you to find the right tool to express it, you could just continue, move on, and carry on with your life, and you would maybe never remember of the situation again. But now your memory might even block this memory because it was so painful, but it's stored within your body, and its influence on unconscious level your decisions and the way you appear in this world, because you couldn't express it. And as an adult, we also don't know how to express ourselves very often. It's a skill. It's a simple skill. When we are constantly trying to fit ourselves in a society, in our job title, in our family title, when we are trying to be a good person, spiritual person, good communicator, positive person, whatever you are trying to be in your life, we don't allow ourselves to express what comes out of this frame of the personality that we are trying to create. This is damaging us inside. This is damaging our relationship if we don't speak up for ourselves, because this forced energy that was within you, that was created by some kind of event, or what other person said, or what just happened within you. It might not link to other person. Something is happening within you. It wants to be expressed. Otherwise, it will store within you as an unresolved energy, and you will carry this within you. In a very extreme cases, it can even create physical illnesses and health issues, because this is just the blocks, and your energy, your life force just can't flow, and it can manifest in some physical issues that you might have. Simple act of expression, whatever is within you, is so healing, is so powerful. You have no idea. It's not just about expressing your energy and whatever is inside you and just letting it go and becoming easier and lighter. It's also healing in a way that you put light on parts of yourself or your life that you might not even want to look at, that you decided, no, I'm not gonna look at this, but this is still there. It didn't resolve anywhere. It will resolve, it will disappear only when you bring light and love and non-judgmental observation to whatever this is. But in order for you to bring love and light and non-judgmental observation, you need to show it. It might be very ugly. You might scream, but at least you allow yourself to scream. And only after you screamed, you can analyze, oh, what caused that? That was such a strong emotional and energetic response. What led me to the point where I could react that way? But if you store in your scream within yourself and you think this is something that's actually will help you to maintain better relationship or better life or better image of yourself, you're wrong. It's also about expressing yourself in an ecological way so it doesn't hurt others before saying anything, if we're talking about verbal self-expression, because there is many other ways of express yourself, like write it down, screaming in the pillow, exercising, making art, a lot of beautiful ecological way of self-expression. But if we are talking about verbal self-expression, it's not about blaming other people for the way you feel and saying, oh, you did this and that's why I feel like this. Before actually saying anything, you have to take responsibility for your own emotions, for your own feelings on yourself, and remember that everything comes within you. And in that case, you can shift your attention from the other person, from trying to find the reasons outside, to your feelings, and actually openly communicate about the way you feel. And sometimes we are afraid doing so because we don't want to seem someone who feels too much, because I don't know, somehow it's considered as a weakness. But actually, I never saw anything more powerful and beautiful when a human man or woman expressing their feelings honestly, with transparency, and not actually afraid of looking in what's going on inside of herself, inside of her life or his life. This is human expression. You are human, and whatever you feel inside, you meant to express it, but again, in an ecological way. It's not about blaming others. It's not about trying to find reasons outside. It's just about evaluating the way you feel. It's just about acknowledging your feelings. It's just about putting light on your feelings, and just a simple act of expression already healing. A lot of people so concerned about what other people think of them, whatever they say make them feel, but come on, this is something that you cannot control. You cannot control what other person feels in this very moment. You cannot control what other person thinks of you, and in the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because your mental image of whatever this person is experiencing is always going to be different from what is really going on. So it doesn't make sense to make any assumption. You cannot control what other person thinks or feel. This is not your zone of control. Your zone of control is here, is actually maintaining and acknowledging the way you feel. And after, you can acknowledge the way other person feels. If you just express whatever is this happening, you will come to the same underline over and over. Again, I'm not talking about blaming each other and just throwing ball to each other. You did that, or maybe you could do that differently and blah, blah, blah. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about expressing purely whatever you feel going on inside of you. And when you express it, you come to the same underline over and over. There is love. There is love for yourself, there is love for life, there is love for this person and for whatever is going on. To be able to get underline of love, we have to express layers of bullshit, of emotions, of thoughts, whatever is happening within us. Again, it doesn't have to be like verbal to the other person. You can talk to yourself, you can talk to videos. This is what I do a lot on this channel, as you can see. And just a simple act of recording these videos helps me so much on my healing journey. I acknowledge the parts of myself by putting these videos out there, sharing the most vulnerable feelings and topics. I'm bringing light and love on these things, and that simple act is already healing itself. Next time, whatever you feel, some kind of strong range of emotions, you can talk to the mirror, you can talk to other person, you can write it down and just see how you feel after. And I know when the emotions are so strong, you might just not have energetical capacity to actually to do so, to express it, to talk about it, to write it down, to draw a picture. We have to have some energy for that. It might be midnight and you are tired and you are hungry and you just not in a state where you can actually talk through this and go through this. In that case, you can make a shortcut, just expressing some of the emotions through the breath. And that simple breathing that might take you 1 minute will allow you to come back to this loving place that you always have inside yourself, to this home place, to this home feeling where you feel safe, because love is always within you. You know this. I'm telling you about this every single video. It's always there. The only thing you have to do is just allow yourself to feel this love. It's constantly floating within you. So you can just express some strong emotions through the breathing technique and maybe come back to whatever happened in your life, to this situation later, where you can analyze better what caused this, what needs actually within you needs to be covered, so this strong emotional response doesn't come again. Please express yourself. Don't hold it in any kind of form, verbal, art, videos, whatever. Self-expression, the real human self-expression, is healing not just for you. It's not just about you and you not carrying these like traumas and stored energy within you. It also helps the world around you so much. It helps other humans, because actually other humans feel the same way as you do, and when you show in your feelings, it makes them feel like they're not alone in whatever they're experiencing. And when we feel that we are not alone, we feel this love and we feel this comfort, and we just simply feel better. So self-expression is a beautiful thing. Please do it not just for yourself, but for other people and for the world, because the world needs your honest, authentic, genuine human expression. I love you so much, beautiful human being.